got a big mouth. Came out there. I talk from my heart. I'm real. You know what I'm saying? Whatever comes, comes. But my controversy probably. And it's not my fault. I'm trying to find my way in the world. You know, I'm trying to be somebody instead of just make money off everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so I go down paths that haven't been traveled before, and I usually mess up. But I learn, you know what I'm saying? I come back stronger. You know, I'm not talking ignorant, you know what I'm saying? So I obviously put thought into what I do. Your karma, everything that you do bad comes back to you. So anything that I'm doing that's bad, I'm going to have to suffer for it. But in my heart, I think what I'm doing is right. You know what I mean? And I think heaven is just, when you sleep with a good conscience. You don't have nightmares. And hell is...
What's going on, everyone? I'm so happy you decided to join me on this journey called Podcast Life. We will be discussing topics like celebrity gossip, life lesson, politics, and etc. This is a judge-free zone. Think of me as that homegirl that is so down to earth that you feel like you've been knowing for years. Remember, over here at the Boomerang Effect, the motto is never judge a book by its cover before opening it up and reading it. And remember, it's okay to agree to disagree. Just stand on what you're saying. Got it? Period. Please like, comment, share, give feedback, anything to help this podcast grow, because it is a voice for the people. So, love, peace, and unity. Mwah! What's going on, everyone? It is your girl, Queen Quee, and this is Hot Topics. Let's jump right on into it. T.I. and Tiny will not face charges for alleged sexual assault claims in L.A. Hip-hop couple T.I., 40 years old, and Tiny, 46 years old, reportedly will not face charges for alleged sexual assault claims brought against them in LA. Earlier this year, a woman filed a police report claiming she met the Harris at a club in Los Angeles back in 2005. She alleged the couple then drugged and sexually assaulted her. However, according to the newly obtained legal documents, prosecutors have elected not to move forward with the case due to the 10-year statutory of limitations has expired. Wow, okay. So basically, T.I. and Tiny is let go of the charges that was filed against them. Now, if anybody was following the story, basically a lot of women had came out and basically was saying that how they did agree to have sexual relationships with Tiny and T.I., but in the process of them doing so, they was drugged. For as like that was something was slipped in one of their drinks, and then they wake up the next morning, they not remembering what's going on, what happened. They don't know, for as like if multiple people slept with them and stuff like that. So that was a big deal. And you had different women coming out. A lot of women were scared to come out because some of them was actually prostitutes, some of them was actually strippers, some of them was saying that they was underage at the time, and they had signed the NDA. So it was a lot of creepy, weird shit going on. Now, personally, I do believe the victims that basically came out and said something. I think it was more so of, it wasn't the fact of they're saying that they was forced to sleep with T.I. and Tiny, like on some, they found us and kidnapped us. It was more so of, basically, I agreed to have sex with them and they paid me, but why did they have to drug me? I was drugged in the process. Then I wake up, my vagina hurt, my mouth hurt, my asshole hurt, all because, I don't know what happened. And it is a law, and it is something I'm pretty sure that is basically it's a law. Anytime that you are agreeing to have sex with a person, I can go out with a dude tomorrow, we can go out on a date and stuff like that, have a good time. Now, granted, in the back of my head, I might have been thinking about giving a little woo, 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 woo. But if it gets to the point where if you be like, hey, did you want something to drink? And you give me something to drink, and then you put a drug in my drink, and then I wake up the next morning and I don't know what's going on. Yes, I do consider that sexual assault. I do consider that if I'm under the influence and I don't know what's going on and I'm not coherent, you know what I'm saying? That is sexual assault. If a person is not coherent and they're not in their right of mind when you guys have intercourse, I do feel like that's not a good time to have intercourse. Now I can, like, we can't just blame it on the men, because women, that goes for us too. Like, if you know for a fact, granted, a dude gonna be a dude, and you probably be thinking like, okay, like, yeah, what I'm saying, I'm gonna put this on him and this and that. But if you know that he's too intoxicated where he's drunk, you see what I'm saying? Like, or if he had too many drugs in his system. Me personally, I don't drink or smoke. So I can honestly know when a person is really intoxicated and stuff like that. And me, I don't get aroused when a person is too out of there and loaded. I never forget, I was dating an ex of mine, and he was always like either drunk or he was always, high and stuff like that. And it became so very unattractive. I don't judge people for smoking and drinking, but when it comes to the point where you cannot handle yourself, and it was times where he'll probably spend the night and then the next morning he was like, oh my God, oh my God, like, I don't even remember how I got here, how was I acting and stuff like that. And I just used to be like, that is scary. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just because he was a dude, it did not make it right. But yeah, it kills me because people like, oh my God, see, I told y'all was quick to sit over here and count them out and accuse them and whoop the whoop, blah, blah. But in reality, you guys need to look into it, because it's not saying that, I'm sorry, they're not saying that basically the people did not have no evidence. They're basically putting it in form where they had evidence, and these victims could and most likely is telling the truth, but it's been over 10 years. So reading is fundamental. You know what I'm saying? Like people sit there and say, please read in between the lines. So that's not saying that T.I. and Tiny was definitely innocent in this situation. It's just the fact that they got off lucky. You know what I'm saying? One had come before destruction. So hopefully that they scale back on all them threesomes and all that freaky deaky weird stuff that they was going through. And they really evaluate the simple fact is that they have tormented and traumatized a lot of women. Even if it did come out in this type of format, like, I hopefully that they get the help that they need. And then they also just realize that that's something that should not never happen. You see what I'm saying? Like, that should have never happened. So let's get into something else. Atlanta man pretends to be a flower delivery driver, enters into a home and tased a woman for 10 seconds. Let's see. So basically this lady, I'm just gonna sum up the story because it's a lot to read. So this lady she was at home, a van had pulled up and they got out the car with a lot of flowers. So, of course, they came to her door. She opened up the door. The man tased her and tased her for 10 seconds and then ran into the house, drug her into the house, and etc. For as like he assaulted her. And then also he stole some items and stuff like that. All I have to say is, please be mindful. I know that I have a lot of guy friends, and my guy friends are real overprotective when it comes down to me, knowing that I'm a female and stuff like that, and I don't have a spouse that I live with. But something that people always tell me to, especially my guy friends, is be aware of your surroundings, ladies. You see what I'm saying? And be mindful, because not trying to be funny, me personally, I got cameras, and just to be honest with you, if I was to see something on camera for as like flowers and stuff like that coming to my doorstep, that would be a red flag to me, because it's like, who sent flowers to my door? I'm not gonna lie, I do a lot of delivery, like a lot of far as gifts and what is that? Gifts and deliveries. I get them sent somewhere else, like a whole nother location. Sometimes it's at my job and stuff like that. Because if you got something crazy going on, we got about 30 cameras up there. You got to get through that. So I hate that lady had to experience that. I know that's definitely traumatizing. But something was always taught to me that, you might be minding your business, but it's always somebody who's minding your business. Shout out to my partner, Adrian. He always, he's very hard on me about that. He just like, hey, just because you're the type of person that mind your business and you don't be worried about people, trust and believe me, it's always somebody watching you. And that's true. Ladies, that's true. So I hate that had to happen to that young lady. She probably was very excited, thinking that she got probably probably like a crush or somebody that she was dating that probably sent that. And so for someone to jump out of a van with a big, beautiful bouquet, and next thing you know, they attacked you, that is very traumatizing. So let's just keep her in our prayers and stuff like that, and hopefully know that it shall get better and this too shall pass. So okay, Florida nurse made a joke and posted a picture of newborns with birth defects. Let's see if this is leading a story. Okay, a Florida nurse has been fired for posting photos on social media marking a newborn with a birth defect. Hospital official says Sierra Samuels, she was in the ICU. My night was going great. Then boom, one post by Samuels read showing a photo of the newborn taken inside the hospital. Newborn ICU. A second photo posted by Samuels showed the newborn again and had a hashtag citing the child birth defect. Where a baby and text. Oh my God. I can't even really finish reading this. This is so. I'm sorry, guys, because I have kids and this is just so. Oh my God. Okay, just to sum it up, it was a lady that was a nurse at the hospital, and of course she's working in like the infant part of the hospital and stuff like that. So it was a child that was born with a birth defect, a birth defect, and she decided to kind of take a picture and post it on social media, and make fun and mock the baby and say little cruel things about the situation. She's definitely in trouble, of course. She is fired, and also, she's going to be, most likely, she won't be able to work nowhere near a hospital. And this is just very saddening because it's already hard on the parents. You see what I'm saying? To deal with their child having a birth defect, and just imagine you having to leave your child up there in these type of nurses' care. So let's pray for the family. Because even though the baby is still here and surviving, I just know their mental state of mind, like any parent, is overprotective over their child. So just know that a nurse that sit up here and did something like that, so cruel and disrespectful and ignorant, she better be lucky she didn't get her ass whooped up and down the freaking street, baby. Like, because you don't play like that. And then you want sympathy. You like, oh my gosh, like, oh, I cannot believe it. Like, it was just a joke. Ain't nothing a joke when you're dealing with people's life. I don't think, and that's what I really don't like about social media at times when it comes down to these TikTok challenges and different type of stuff like that. Because I want to say a lady had just got fired, a nurse had just got fired because she did a TikTok just insinuating that she basically overdose on the pills. Like she was getting ready for pill prep or whatever they got going on, and she was putting like 5 pills in one little tube and this and that, and she was like, oh my God, it was a joke. Of course it went viral because at the end of the day it was somebody that knew that nurse, somebody that actually had a family member at their hospital, and they didn't think that was funny. I'm just being honest with you. So they definitely should ban that. I don't know about y'all, but when I go to the doctor, they always tell me no cell phones past this point. So it should be some type of penalty for nurses and doctors and anybody like in the health industry, whether you're a dentist or whatever, a surgeon or whatever, that they should not even be allowed to have their phones on, or even that they should definitely it should be a big penalty if they decide to sit over here and post something on social media. TikTok is out. What are you on TikTok for? Get off of TikTok. That's the reason why, like, that's invading people's privacy. So let's pray for, the kids or whatever that she decided to post with the birth defects and stuff like that. Just to think that, they already going to have to most likely live their whole life with this birth defect and get picked on and have to always get the stars and stuff like that. But just imagine a mother or a father sitting up here dealing with the first bully that they had was actually a nurse that was supposed to be watching and protecting them while they cannot be up there all the time while their child is recovering. So yeah, that's just wrong. So please be mindful of that. Okay, gas explosion at Dallas apartment complex injured 8, including 4 firefighters. 8 people, including 4 firefighters, were taken to the hospital after explosion at a Dallas apartment complex Wednesday morning. Officials said firefighters responded to a 911 call around 10:30 a.m. for a gas leak and arrived to a strong smell of gas. Dallas Fire Rescue spokesperson Jason Evans said at some point during the course of the investigation, an explosion took place. He said the explosion caused a collapse of two-story apartment building. Evans said 4 firefighters and 4 civilians were injured and taken to a hospital. Evans says 3 other firefighters were in critical condition and one was stable. He said the civilians was all stable. He said one of the firefighters was discharged Wednesday evening. The department said on Twitter, "This is a terrible situation." Mayor Eric Johnson said on Twitter, "Please pray for our firefighters and the civilians who has been injured. The explosion is under investigation with the fire department working with local, state, and federal agents." Evans says right now our investigations are launching to see our view of structure. He said everyone in the building was accounted for Wednesday afternoon. Evans said. So basically, this happened in Dallas. I actually know exactly where the apartment complex was at because I went to school, elementary school over there in that area. So let's keep them in our prayers. That is definitely so horrible. But you have to understand these older apartments, that's how I separate and say, people, please be mindful and take everything serious because you stay in these apartment complex and next thing you know, they be like, oh, well, it's not a big deal. No, stay on their neck. If you sit up here, I'll never forget just last week, I was sitting down here randomly and my smoke alarm detector just went off out the blue. Now I checked the house. I checked around or whatever. Nothing was like basically on fire. Nothing was plugged up. My candles and stuff like that was out. So everything was okay. But I never forget I was calling maintenance and I'm like letting them know. And it's kind of like, to be honest with you, they did not come until 3 weeks after the fact that he did it again. Now, granted, it probably was only just the batteries that need to be replaced. But please, you guys, be mindful. Anytime your stuff is going out or you have a bad feeling, it's okay to ask these apartments and make for sure that they're up on the deal with these inspections. Because they ain't gonna occur when it's time for their rent. They don't want to hear your math when it comes time for their rent. So yeah, stay on their neck. You paying them to stay there. So I mean, guarantee you, and now this could have cost a lot of people their lives, and stuff like that. So yeah, please be mindful of that. Okay, let's jump into New York to fire all unvaccinated nurses and hospital workers effective at midnight tonight. Governor to deploy National Guard. So, but somebody said, please, families in America, get your survival kits in order. I don't think the store supplies will stick around. The shelves might get empty quick if this spreads to other states. So basically, the lady in New York, I wish it was a clip so she can basically say what she was trying to say about the vaccination. But she was definitely trying to let it be known that if you are unvaccinated and you're a nurse and a hospital worker, you can be fired. Like if you're in the hospital, you're going to be fired if you are not vaccinated. And then she's saying that baby, they're going to deploy. They thinking about deploying people that are retired. You have these RNs and these doctors and stuff like that are retired. They thinking about pulling them up at their retirement and putting them up at they sleep if they got to and make them come to work. And this is so scary. Like this is, to me, that is the most terrifying thing. This is the same place that sit up here and say freedom of speech, freedom of this, and that. But then yeah, you want to put a ban on how many people can have kids, you know what I'm saying, and a ban on abortions, and then you turn around and now it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying, if you're unvaccinated, you're going to be forced to have to quit your job and your livelihood, something that you went to school for, something that you have risked your life for. Because remind you, they wasn't worried about this when they was trying to basically give people the help that they need, and they needed people to come in and stuff like that. So it's just very sad and disheartening to know that people are going to lose their job. They're going to lose 9 times out of 10, they can probably lose their life. just because of something that they're forced to do. And then I just hate it for the people that have then put their life on the line, and that is probably like enjoying their retirement and worked all their life and trying to basically, just enjoy the fruit of their labors. They're being forced to come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is so crazy. I read about stuff like that, deployment, when I was in high school, but I just never knew that it was going to be to that extreme. So, okay, that wraps up today's hot topics and stuff like that. So definitely please like, share, comment. Thank you so much, you guys. Mwah.